Atomic batteries to power. Turbines to speed.
Now, everything old is new again. America's entertainment pop culture talk show.
It may well possess a rudimentary intelligence.
I'm trying to think, but nothing happens.
Felt a great disturbance in the force.
Hello, I'm Mr. Red.
Come on, work like a dog for me.
Where's the goodies? Leave the gun. Take the cannoli.
I bet you wouldn't have done anything like this if Mom and Dad were here.
You filthy criminal.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
Go ahead. Make my day.
Here are your hosts, Douglas Viviani and David Cohen.
Couldn't stand to be kept away just for the day from your body. That you want me to, yeah, but I can't go for that. No, can do. I can't go for that.
Welcome here. We were going to play a little background music here. Playing some songs from the 1980s, 1982 specifically. This is Douglas Viviani here, and everything old is new again. With, look at that. With, Deuteronomy himself, David Cohen. Might be having difficulty listening to me over the music. Can you hear me what I have to say? Deuteronomy. Where's he from, Deuteronomy? What's that? It's not. Very mellow. This is Fleetwood Mac, Strange in the Station. What are we going to? What's next? The Go-Go's. David Cohen. You don't know what's going on.
What's going on?
What's this? Oh, this is from Karate Kid 2. David Cetera. What are we playing all these songs for, David? 1982 specifically. Any idea?
I don't know. And what is Deuteronomy? Isn't that a Bible thing?
Hey, man, who's this? Oh, there's your buddy. Deuteronomy is one of the acts, one of the cats in the Broadway play, Cats.
Okay.
All right. Now, we're talking 1982 for myself. And I'm stumbling through the radio, and we were, now could have second year in college, correct? Let me just turn this off. And I am thinking about the music of the 80s just off the top of my head. Do you recall, like, there was the 70s and all the rock and roll and Zeppelin and Wings and all, whatever, all the different bands, right? Mm-hmm. What's your opinion, because you're a music guy, of the music in the early 80s? As laid out by the examples you just heard.
It wasn't the best, but there was some good stuff.
But it became much more like kind of mellow, didn't it? Wasn't it more of a...
It was mellow in the 70s, too. I mean, there were a lot of... what were those stations? Easy listening radio stations. They would play like that kind of like Jackson Brown and... Yeah. Stuff
like this. Let's see.
So where are we going with this? What is happening?
Stuff like this. Let's see what's going on.
You're still listening to the radio.
Yeah, like this stuff, right? It's good stuff, but mellow.
Sure, yeah.
Right? So here's the story. This is this thing.
No, keep going with the radio.
Just keep you want to turn the show into it when we do our old DJ days when we just did music?
The leader of the band is
so mellow.
His eyes are growing old.
I don't know. Just to me, it wasn't what I wanted. You want that? You want? Well, here. You want Dan Fogelberg? Okay. So wait. What's next? Hang on. What's the next one? There you go. There's another one. Now, come on. There's no way you liked all this music. You're not a fan of this stuff. Yeah. This is what we were up against. We did our thing in the 70s with the news, with the band. We were, here you go. Like, Men at Work. What? None of it caught our attention. None of it was really great. And what also did not catch my attention for most of the time in the late 70s and early 80s was the young lady. She just did. There were times, but we weren't dating on a regular basis. I could grab her attention and go to this, that, and the other. Yes, you're going to raise your hand. You're not hearing me?
Over the radio. Can you turn the radio down?
I don't want to, but I will.
Maybe throw it out the window or something.
Did it stop? Did it just stop?
It stopped.
There we go.
Thank goodness.
But, once in a while I'd get her attention and I'd sort of get her to go on a date. We've talked about many, these dates and so forth. Sure. But the music wasn't you know, I'm in the car and you're playing that kind of music and stuff, and I was not enamored with it. So I was like open-minded to other things. Let's go that way with it. And she was a Broadway girl. She loved the Broadway, right? She was in all those plays, and South Pacific she was in, if you remember the story about, you know, the canoeing story and everything else, right? So she was, she was into all that stuff. So, but I was like, Broadway. The only Broadway show I had seen at that time was what? With you?
Cats.
No, the one
Beatlemania.
That's the only one I had seen. But now I'm in college and I'm trying to impress her, and she loves the Broadway. So it's 1982, and I figured. So I listened to. I said, you know, I'm riding around the car, and I say, all right, I hear like advertisements for Cats. I mean, I don't know if I have one here, but it was like the greatest thing in the world. That's not it. But you would hear. No, it's not more of this nonsense. I mean, you just could hear nothing but nonsense. Right. Where is the Cats commercial? All right, I don't have it handy. Anyway, it was. You remember? It was the.
It was a big show.
It was a big show. It was the show
heavily promoted.
So, I got tickets. I'm a big deal.
Wow.
I'm gonna go invite and take the young lady to see Cats. I don't know what.
Did you know that? How do you know she didn't see it already?
Didn't know that. It was new, though, at the time. It was new. Everyone was talking about it. I was hoping, of course, that she did.
Now, did you sell Christmas cards to finance the purchase of these Broadway tickets?
I actually delivered pizza in Providence to earn extra money while I was at school there. So,
I see. Right. So you were on a break from college.
Yeah, this is summer break. Yeah.
Got it.
So, bottom line is, I'm all hopped up. I got tickets. She says, yes, I'm excited. I can't wait to go see Cats. I didn't know what this thing was. Did you have any clue? First of all, have you ever seen Cats?
I saw it.
Okay. Don't give me your opinion yet. We'll talk because I have one as well. But before you saw it, can you put yourself in the position of not ever seeing it and just seeing an ad here and there? Were you interested, turned off? What? You know, kind of like, what was your impression of it before you actually saw it?
Well, I remember the ads, especially on TV. There were a lot of commercials for it. So it was like all over. They were heavily promoting it. I had zero interest in seeing it, but eventually I did. But yeah, I remember all the commotion.
And so, you know, I was, and then, but there was all this stuff about how they're all dressed up as cats and they're all acting like cats, and it's telling
Andrew
us,
Lloyd Webber,
and it's right who just did, I think, Jesus Christ Superstar, and it's a story. It tells you all about the life of cats and boopity boop. I didn't know what to expect, but I figured I'm going in. I'm going to take the dive. I'm going with the young lady. Now, when you're in a car on the way to the city with someone, let's say on a date, right? All you can do is kind of listen to music. So I'm listening to this nonsense that we were just listening to that I just can't stop.
Don't play it again.
You sure?
Okay.
Are you sure I can't play it again? Picture me in the car on the way to see Cats, and I'm a rock and roll guy, and I got this playing, you know, and I'm just, and I'm trying to talk to her, and then they go to this, you know. This is just like pop. What did they call it? Pop rock? Is that what we're saying this was?
I don't know what they called it. It was almost like they didn't call it this at the time, but I think later on it became known more as like yacht rock. Right? Heard that?
Ooh, then this comes on. There's the Cats ad. I just heard the Cats ad. Did you hear that?
Oh, it figures. I talked over the only.
And then you got this. All right, let's go back to the Cats ad. Yeah.
Family musical, in a word, Cats at the Winter Garden Theater.
Now here's the thing. I hear that. She gets all excited. We're going to go see it. We're going to. So I'm like, I got an hour and a half drive from New York City to New York City to see this play with her, right? So I got to entertain ourselves. I got to do something, right? And I'm still hearing, you know, this kind of malarkey. I don't know what to do. You know, these. I'm hearing this. You want to hear this on the way in? Are you on a date? Can you talk about like anything over this? Like, is it setting the mood? It's getting me more and more aggravated. I'm getting angrier as I'm on the way into the city.
Didn't you put on like WNEW-FM or something like some rock station?
Well, I had, if you remember, what did I have in my car?
Oh, you had the Chevy Nova.
I had the Chevy Nova, which had
no
FM.
It could start without a key.
Yep.
That was number one. You just had to turn the ignition like without a key, and it went on. And you only had like a couple of radio stations that you could actually get.
AM. You got like That was it. It was
Yeah,
no
AM
FM.
only.
No. But I had I had an 8-track player. I installed it. They had these places, if you remember, you could go and you take your car and they would install the 8-track or the cassette, but 8-track I think was before that. And it's an 8-track player. They would install it for you with speakers in the back. So I did that.
I remember that.
I had that. So I had the ability to play my own music. So when we get back, we're going to hear what I heard on the way into Cats and the experience we had on the way into Cats. And we'll talk about Cats and see how did it go? Did Cats set the tone for my experience, my love, if you will, of the young lady? Was I able to parlay that, or did I just use up yet another of my 9 lives with the young lady? We will see right after this.
All this and more when we return.
There you go.
You're listening to Everything Old is New Again, America's entertainment pop culture talk show with Douglas Viviani and David Cohen.
That you're still in love with me. We're gonna make it.
Cats, the world's most thrilling theatrical event. Cats, the magic, the mystery, the memory will live forever. The once-in-a-lifetime experience. In a word, Cats at the Winter Garden Theater.
Oh yes, it was a once-in-a-lifetime experience, that's for sure. You're going to hear about that in a few minutes. David Cohen.
That was really impressive. That whole thing with the radio, the in between, the tuning in the station, and then the music comes on. So that yeah.
Thank you.
That was impressive.
You're with a man of experience here.
Yes. I love men with experience.
So I was all hopped up. That was the ad. People talking about these people turn into cats. My love of my life. The young lady. We're in college. She's first year. I'm second year. We're into the summer, and now we're going in to see Cats. I want to impress her like crazy. This is like a real date. By the way, the Winter Garden Theater is the same exact location of where we saw Beatlemania. So I have kind of nice memories of that too. Like that was right. That was a good experience. I'm feeling like I know where the place is at least. I'm comfortable, So we're on the way in, but it's a good hour and 15 minutes, maybe longer trip into the city. And this music, which we've heard over the last little bit here from the 80s, is kind of not setting the scene and not giving me anything to work with. I want to be able to talk to her about something and not just talk about school or whatever, right?
Right.
So I have my 8-track player, and I put it in, and we're on anyway. Now, this is the Broadway girl. So this might, I don't know what I was thinking, but this is what I want to do, and I have this planned out. I'm going to at least show her my savoir-faire. I'm gonna show this young lady on the way into the city, because she knows all about cats, and she's in. I'm gonna show her a little something about rock and roll, because I guess maybe I'm kind of taking out on her or trying to influence her to like rock and roll, because this 80s music, this pop rock stuff is just not working for me. Right. I don't know why I felt that I had to do that, but I felt this is an opportunity. At least it gives me something to do in the car for an hour and a half, is to listen to some rock and roll. So here we go.
There's a lady who's sure all that glitters is gold.
Got Stairway to Heaven going.
And she's buying
it's not the greatest thing in the world for me, but it's rock and roll. I liked it. I enjoyed it. It's an anthem. Listening to the words, and I say to her, "Are you hearing the words? Do you listen to the words?" She's like, "Oh, what?" So I said, "So now I had the 8-track player going, and so I take it upon myself, this boorish fool that I am, to teach her about what the words of this song are all about."
Oof.
So I'm.
There's this lady, and she's buying the Stairway to Heaven.
Right. It's a philosophical song.
It's like a metaphor.
It's about, and she's a spoiled woman. And she feels that even if she goes to heaven, she can buy whatever she wants because she's a spoiled rich woman. You see what's happening here? Let's listen a little bit more,
There's a feeling
Listen to the words, young lady. Let's. Where we're going in.
So you're mansplaining Stairway to
Before
Heaven.
that was ever invented, I invented mansplaining.
You certainly did. In that car right there.
Yeah, listen. It's so embarrassing. You know, so it's like, listen to that. Like there are people, the spirit's crying for leaving. You want to leave the body. You want to get someplace, get rid of your worries and your problems. And there's the rings of smoke. Are those spirits, or is that something downtrodden? Is there something up ahead that's a negative? Is that the worries of what is this? Let's listen further. Let's hear. Where are we? Who's the piper? Listen to that. We now have a piper in the song. I'm telling her. This boob. Oh yeah.
I'm surprised she didn't ask you like to pull over and just get in the car at that point.
Oh yeah. I guess the smoke and everything. Everybody's laughing. Okay, so heaven's a good place. There's a good place up ahead. This is really something. This is the last one. I won't torture you anymore. But this is what's going on in the car on the way in, and she's being nice about it. She's kind of feigning interest, I'll say. And she's, oh, I never thought of that. Oh, that's interesting. That's cool. And if there's one of those pictures, like a cartoon and what's going on in her mind.
Right, exactly.
You kind of see like 9 cats and you see one like being dumped off the Empire State Building. I'm losing one of my lives, like through this.
You're down to 8 lives now.
Yeah, no doubt. Here we go, the last of the nonsense. Oh yeah, here we go. Some good news. What does that mean? What do we say? What? Of course, you could be good or evil. Of course, you have a choice. You could do that.
When is this? Oh, God. Stop. Okay, I get it. Please.
You can, and the song, it's about, hope and about changing your life at any time. Because she thought that she could buy anything she wants in heaven. But now, maybe she's learning the lesson for the piper and all the other people in heaven that she can change her life and be, live a good life. Oh God, I now that I think back, do you ever do that? You ever think back at like, what you've done in your life and like certain events and it never goes away? The
complete
goose chills.
Regret. Yeah. Humiliation.
Yeah. Like I took a chance. Listen, you got to give me a smidge of credit. I gave it a shot. I planned it because I wanted to have something in the car to talk to about, but that's the entire wrong. If you need to plan to have something to talk about in the car with your date,
don't explain Stairway to Heaven.
Number one, number two, are you really showing yourself? You're showing what? What? I don't do that. You've been in the car with me a million times. I don't explain songs to you in the car. Why am I doing it now? What are you doing? What are you doing? Thankfully, finally, we arrive, because it's a long song. We finally arrive. And I was stopping it, rewinding it, and everything else.
Oh, God.
I can't really listen to that song ever again. I mean, it's just, oh my God. It's just, I got chills right now. I kind of don't even want to tell the rest of the story at this point. So I got to brush it off. So we get in, and there we are, to the theater, and the overture, the cats here. Let me turn it a little lower so you're not hearing that one. Clips here. All right. So we get to our seats. And you get to your seat in Cats, and the actors are all dressed up as cats. I mean, everyone knows what they look like right now. I mean, I don't have to describe it, right? But they're sprinkled throughout the theater. They're sitting on seats, but they're not sitting like a human. They're sitting over like 2 and 3 seats together, lounging like a cat would do, right?
Right.
So you get some ambiance there. So again, I'm planning this date. I've planned to impress this young lady. And I don't, by the way, know, let's be clear. I don't know that I did not impress her with Stairway to Heaven. I think I did great. I mean, I did. Let's be clear. I'm looking back at it all these years later. When I was doing it, I was hitting all cylinders. I really impressed her. So
at the time,
I had already...
Mission accomplished so far, right?
Exactly. All right, so the overture's going on. We're going into the theater, and I got to turn this a little lower because it's a little much. I have a plastic bag because I had a cat at the time of catnip. I had a cat at the time, Frisky. You never saw Frisky.
Cat with you, did you?
Frisky was barely. Let me turn that off. Give me 2 seconds here. There we go. Frisky was never around because we had a dog too, and Frisky just sort of wanted to be down the basement.
You didn't bring Frisky with you to see cats, did you?
No, but I brought Frisky's catnip with me.
Why?
Because it's cats. So I take the cat. I'm going to impress. I take the catnip out and I give it to the actor, the cat that's laying over our seats as a joke. Say, "Oh, I have some catnip for you."
Did you know in advance? Like what?
I saw all the ads. I knew it was about cats.
Okay.
And I knew there were cats dressed up, people dressed up. I figured.
All right. But they probably interact with the audience.
Some
you
way.
Figured, let me bring some catnip.
Yeah.
As a joke.
Yeah. So I think I'm hitting. I mean, I got all the props. I got everything going on.
Props to a date.
I got the Stairway to Heaven. I mansplained that away, And I look at the brochure, the dope, what do you call it, the playbill,
the program, yeah.
The program, and I see Betty Buckley is a star of the play.
Betty Buckley, yeah.
Knew nothing of her except for.
America's been waiting for a family show about a real family.
Maybe you're just old-fashioned. Yeah, maybe.
A show that reveals the joys and the sorrows.
You better all dig down and find your pennies.
Remember this one?
This family could be in deep financial trouble.
The triumphs and the defeats of real people.
Mary, would you lay off?
There she is.
Just trying to do his job.
The Bradfords are the family. 8 is Enough is the show.
Remember that?
8 is Enough.
I never really watched it because I didn't like it at all. But Betty Buckley was in this play, and she's the woman. She was the star of that show. So now I'm going from, in reality, I didn't realize, from bad to worse, because I turned to her and I go, "Oh, Betty Buckley from 8 is Enough? She's in this? Are you sure this is going to be okay? Are we? Is this going to? Is she good? Is she?" So I'm questioning Betty Buckley because she's in 8 is Enough.
Star.
Yeah, because she's in 8 is Enough, and I have this arrogance, this nonsensical, this fool attitude. So when we get back, we'll find out, was I able to actually make it through without killing all my 9 lives as a cat, so to speak, with the young lady? Was it?
Sounds like you're down to about 4 right now.
Do it so great. We'll be back right after this. Here we go. Yeah. Sounds like a great show. I can't wait.
Okay, come on, stop with the music. Here we go.
Now, back to America's entertainment pop culture talk show. Everything old is new again, with Douglas Viviani and David Cohen.
The rum-tum tugger is a terrible bore. Oh, when you let me in, then I want to go out. I'm always on the wrong side of every door. And as soon as I get home, then I like to get about. I like to lie in a bureau drawer. But I make such a fuss if I can't get out.
Oh, there's a little piece of Rum Tum Tugger from Cats, and I'm in the middle of a play now. I'm with the young lady. I've got her where she wants to be. She's got to be enjoying this date so far. I've mansplained to her the
Stairway to Heaven.
Stairway to Heaven. I've fed one of the human cats
with catnip.
So this.
You insulted Betty Buckley.
But all of those comments, all of that, I think I'm doing good. I'm good. So now I'm watching this play, and I hear that song, and I'm like, oh boy, what did I get what am I? I mean, I'm complaining about the 80s music, and I hear that, and I'm like, and I don't know, and I see a cat like
suddenly Loggins and Messina doesn't sound so bad, right?
And there's a cat with all this guy, and he's doing twists. He's on his toes, and he's twisting and turning around. I mean, I know the talent and everything, but it's not Robert Plant, It's a long way from Robert. So, all right. So let me just get a little figure. Can I figure out what this is about? I gotta, if I'm gonna make a success of this, I have to like this play. She loves this. I have to get involved. I got to be able to talk about this play with her Maybe I can mansplain the play with her. I can figure it out.
Can you save your bite that it's worse than your bark? Are you cock of the walk?
When you're walking alone,
because jellicles can and jellicles do. Jellicles do and jellicles can. Jellicles can and jellicles do. Jellicles do and jellicles can. Jellicles can.
I mean,
We can dive through the air
not catching my attention.
like a flying trapeze.
What's a jellicle cat? What is it a, I don't know what it is. It's a black cat that's frisky in the morning and something, and it's flies with but I'm looking over at her, and there is this, that smile that I love, that smile that is captivating, that smile that is just beyond for me.
So she's thoroughly into this.
I know, and I'm thinking it's built. This is like the fourth pillar of the best day of her life. She's heard, all we talked about, the mansplaining of this and that and the other. We've heard the Betty Buckley. I've got it. I found the secret. All right, so now the one song that everyone on the planet knows from this show comes on. Out comes this cat, this oldest cat, singing this. And I'm thinking to myself, wait, this is Betty Buckley. I'm looking it up. She looks nothing like the lady from 8 Is Enough from 5 years earlier,
She's dressed like a cat.
Yeah. She's acting like a cat. She's laying down. She's old, She says, touch me. The young lady reaches over. She grabs my hand. I'm holding hands with the young lady right now while this song is happening. And I'm like, whoa, it's striking me. And I'm like, I don't know what's happening, but she's touched by this song. My young lady's touched by this song. And I brought her to this. So I have got to get credit for this. This is incredible. And it is blowing me away, the way that this woman is singing, I have to be honest. I've never heard anybody sing like this in my life up to that point. I mean, you've heard, that's, like it or not, that is beyond belief, the way she'd be able to present that song, right? I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah.
And so it ends, and the curtains come down, and I look over to the young lady, and she's just staring straight ahead. And there are tears flowing down her face.
Wow.
Tears. And I look, and I'm taken aback a little bit. And I always, back in the day, if you remember this, I always used to carry a handkerchief with me. My grandfather gave me a handkerchief. I was the only guy on the planet that ever carried a handkerchief, but it came in handy. I had my grandfather's handkerchief. I gave her the handkerchief.
Wow.
And I wore a suit, not a suit, a jacket. She dressed up nice. This is back in the day. We all dressed up, man. I had the nice sports coat on, right? I had the sports coat on, and I put the sports coat on, and I said, all right, listen, I made it through this play. I wasn't like a huge fan of it, but she was immeasurably touched. I take a deep breath. It's like, an hour and a half in. I go, and then there's an announcement that Deuteronomy, the big giant cat, old Deuteronomy that we saw, is going to be on stage. You can go on stage and meet, Deuteronomy if you like. And I go, maybe we get an autograph or something, not so bad, So she pulls herself together. But I also feel that this has really touched her. This is kind of a deep person. I'm kind of impressed in a way with her. And I'm also trying to take credit for it, of course, because I'm the one that bought the ticket. Big deal.
Sure.
Right? You think I was Andrew Lloyd Webber, the way in my mind. So I go down to the stage. I go, you want to go down? Yeah, we go down. Go down to the stage. And there's a little bit of a line, not too many. And we go up, and I've got a pen, and I've got the playbill right here.
Playbill, yeah.
There's the playbill from it.
Right.
And so I have the playbill, and I go up to him, and she's next to me. I said, "Oh, that was really some show. It's amazing." I said, "Would you mind signing this?" And I figured I'd get an autograph for her. And I'm a big autograph guy, from back in the day.
Yeah.
So he turns to me. He says, "Well, I'd be happy to do so. Meet us at the stage door after the show." After the show. Stage door after the show. What do you mean? There's more show? Oh yeah. Wait till you see what happens in the second half of this show.
Oh no.
Oh God. Oh no. What? A chill runs up my spine. Not only of embarrassment to asking this guy for an autograph. She's standing right next to me. She just gives me a look. I don't realize that the show is not over. That This is a story. I'm not getting. It's almost like watching King Kong, and he's not climbed up the Empire State Building yet, and you think it's over. You know what I mean? Like she's like flabbergasted. Like how do you think this is over? She's taking it all and crying and everything. I'm holding a hand, pretending to really be the guy, and now I've let it out that I don't have any idea what the hell I'm watching. I have no idea. Do you know what this show is about? I have to ask you, seriously, you've seen it. Yes. Did you or do you know what this show is about to this day?
I went to see it, and I had no idea what it was about at any point, not before, during, or after. It was like such a waste of half a day of my life that I'll never get back.
Did you think, we're young. When did you see it? How old were you? I mean, because I was a boob. How the heck old was I? I was 20. How old were you?
Yeah,
it was
probably.
On for a long
I don't know
time.
how long it ran, but in my 20s.
It ran like 20 years or something. I mean,
I was like early 20s when I saw it.
All right, so you aren't extraordinarily experienced either, right? I mean,
no.
Did you? Is it possible that you thought that memories, which you heard on the radio and everywhere, on Jerry Lewis Telethon everywhere, you heard it you figured that was the showstopper and that's the end of the show? No, I mean, did you?
Yeah, I would have thought. Yeah.
I mean, is it not
like,
that
where do
unreasonable?
They go from here?
Yeah. Well, where did they come from? And where did they go? I mean, they're not going anywhere. I'm not getting any of this. It's a bunch of cats dancing, and I get it, but I don't understand do you understand the words of what's happening? Like, I'm just not.
I didn't understand anything.
And have you looked into it since?
I had no desire to look into it. I didn't care. It was such a bad experience that I was, once I left that theater, I hadn't thought about it again until I was in therapy about 5 years ago. It just sort of came up, and I was like, I got into this fetal position on the floor. No, I'm kidding. But I never understood it.
Who did you see it with? Did you go with a date? Did you go with a group of people?
I don't even remember. I don't remember.
So you don't remember any of your life?
I remember being there. Okay. I remember being there. I think it was probably a date.
And wanting to get out.
But whoever I was with, I really don't remember who it was. It was probably some girl I was dating. No, she had the same reaction. I mean, we were both like, what?
All right, but here's the thing. I was with somebody that absolutely loved it, had tears, the whole thing.
So, as many people did. I mean, it ran for a long time.
So what do I do?
Yeah.
What do I do? I don't understand this play at all. I don't even know what it's based on. I don't know why is this woman old and dressed as a cat and she's on the floor singing about memories? Why are these other cats revering her, looking at her? Why is this other big giant cat? Why are we invited down to stage to meet old Deuteronomy, which is a biblical term? And I don't even, I don't get the whole. I don't get anything. I don't understand anything. Are we talking a Bible story? What is going on? What is it? What is a rum-tum tugger? I don't understand any of it. But I have to. I've got an hour and a half ride home with the young lady. I have to figure this play out. I have to get something in my quiver in the with the arrows. I've got to get something, because this is my mindset at the time, right? It's a wrong mindset, but I have to come up with something to talk to her about on the way home. I can't be natural, which is probably the reason why half of these dates fell on their face. I'm always planning to impress her somehow, and none of that comes into play of me impressing her with being me. I had to impress her with some other nonsense, some malarkey, right? Well, let's see what the heck I do. How many lives am I down to now, do you think, at this point?
You barely won, I think.
Well, I'll give myself 3, so we have at least another part of the story to go. We'll be back right at this and everything else again. Welcome back to Everything Old is New again. Douglas Viviani here with David Cohen. We are experiencing the show Cats with the young lady and myself back when I was 20 years old, trying to impress the young lady. And David Cohen, how am I doing so far?
Not very well. Well, I don't know. I don't know what she's thinking. She's so into the show, and you're desperately trying to. I mean, you've made a few slips so far, which you didn't know about. But she's enjoying the show, and I think that's the main point you wanted to really drive home. So I think so far for her, it's going well.
So at least because the show is good, it reflects well upon me.
Yes.
Only because I bought the stupid ticket. But okay, I mean, I'll take whatever credit I can get. But I have no idea what a Mr. Mistopheles is. How is a cat magical, and what's he magical about? And I don't. The only magic I see is him dancing on his toes and not putting it down. They have amazing choreography and everything else. But it ain't my thing. It's I arrived to the soundtrack of Led Zeppelin. This is a completely different thing, and I'm just not. I understand all kind of pop music and all the songs, and I listen to the words and the lyrics, and I try to figure this stuff out. I don't know what I don't know what this is, and I'm really uptight. So I have to, as I turn to the young lady before the second act begins, which I didn't think there was going to be one, but okay. Now, I take a deep breath and I go, I got to get a hint. I'm going to try to. I said, well, this is really something. I said, I wonder who wrote this. This is like whose mind, I know Andrew Lloyd Webber did the book. Oh, here I'm a big deal. I'm thinking I know the word book, like that means the music, right? I know Andrew Lloyd Webber did the book, but I wonder what the inspiration was for this. She turns to me, and she's a very kind person.
Yes.
And
she was, yeah.
And she turns to me with this, oh, well, this is based upon the poems of T.S. Eliot. The old Possum's Book of Practical Cats from 1939.
I wish you could see Doug's face right now.
It's the same face I gave her.
What?
I did not want to say this, but in my mind was, I don't know what TS stands for. I don't know who T.S. Eliot is. I haven't heard one poem. I don't know what the old Possum's Book of Practical Cats is. Right. And it's 1982. Why are we watching something based upon something from 1939? I'm not understanding anything she just said to me. This is her explanation of the show.
Yeah.
I don't understand one word of the explanation.
Right.
Where am I going to go with this? How am I? There's no cell phones. I can't.
No, you couldn't Google it, secretly or anything, right?
There is nothing to do. There is. I can't turn to the person next to me to explain what's going on.
Hey, buddy, help me out here, will you?
I've got this going on. It's loud. It's very loud. Old Deuteronomy is taking that old cat and some disc and bringing this cat up in the air somewhere, doing something at all this malarkey. I mean, is this cat... excuse me. I'm freaked. Is this cat going to heaven? Is this another version of Stairway to Heaven, maybe? Did I find something I could have some commonality with? Is that... I don't understand it. Do I take the chance and talk to her in the car about that issue? Do I bring up that and say, oh, it's just like Stairway? What do I do? And I think the show is over again, and it's not. I got this guy singing. What is this?
So first your memory I'll jog and say a cat is not a dog.
A cat is not a dog. It's the final song. The cat. First of all, he sounds like this is going to be a hell of a reference, but you could see some movies where they have a skit that Abbott Costello does, and he starts singing opera. He sounds exactly like that guy. If you know what I'm talking about. Like that's like, and then I gotta calm down. But it's freaking me out because are you telling me the point of the story is that cats are not dogs? Is that what T.S. Eliot's poems are about? I don't understand any of it, but I remember it's over. She's got a smile. I don't have to talk to her. My thoughts are my thoughts. She thinks I'm with her. She thinks I get the whole thing.
Right.
She doesn't know that I'm absolutely confused. I'm crying, but I'm not crying for the same reason.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay. But I remember what old Deuteronomy said to me because I'm, what I am.
Oh, right. Got to get the autograph.
I'm the autograph guy. I go way back to 1973 when I started getting autograph. I got the guts. That's what I know what to do. So we go to the stage door.
After
it's all over. You could go, if you're not familiar, you can go to a stage door afterwards. And sometimes, many times, performers come out, not always the stars, but sometimes they do. If you wait long enough, they have to come out, to go home.
Sure.
And so there's only one exit, and you could stick the playbill in front of them, which is what I have here. And there I am with the young lady standing there, and I had put down like Betty Buckley and Eight is Enough and all of that in my mind, and to her, but there was Betty Buckley that comes out. Now I don't know what anyone else looks like because they're wearing all this freaking
makeup. All that makeup.
No idea is coming through. None. Maybe Deuteronomy because he's a big guy. Maybe, but I don't know. So all these people are coming out, and I'm kind of nervous. Like I want to try to make up for all this, and I shouldn't say that. Not make up. I want to put icing on the cake because to her and in my mind, I did everything right. I didn't let. The only thing I did was I tried to get an autograph of Deuteronomy early. So what? Like that's at the end. Everything else was good. Like in my mind, you come all these and I go, oh my god, I may miss this lady, but I remember Eight is Enough was like 7 years before, but I remember that lady. So let me just keep an eye out for that. I'm not sure if the young lady even knew who she was in terms of Eight is Enough or not. I never even approached that. But there I see her. And there's a crowd of people, and they crowd around her. New York City's good about it, but they're kind of polite, but there's a lot of elbows out. You know what it's like? And you're there, and she's signing his med, but she wants to get to her car or wherever. She wants to go home. She just worked.
Yeah.
She's an extraordinarily nice lady. She's signing like a lunatic left and right. And finally, I able to put the playbill in front of her. I even have it in plastic here. Playbill
I see it.
With her. Can you see her autograph just as proof on the top by playbill?
Oh yeah, I see it.
All right, so I'm not lying. There it is.
You got her autograph.
I got Betty, and I got two of them. I got one for her.
Oh wow.
And I said, that was wonderful, whatever. And then she went on her way. I mean, can't say much, you
right.
Signing like literally 100 people, which is a lot when you're just standing in the middle of the street.
Yeah.
So we get in the car, and I give this to her, and everything's going great and everything. And I say, and I just because I'm on a high of this with the the autograph. I have to finally turn to her and say to her, could you tell me what that play was about?
Oh, no.
I mean, I kind of did it a different way. I said, we kind of did The Stairway to Heaven was kind of fun. Could you tell me a little bit about what that play was about, what was going on? And she goes on to tell me about how Grisabella was a character in the Eliot's unfinished draft of a poem that he wrote about cats, and that wasn't in the original Old Possum Book of Practical Cats, but Tum Tum Tigger's there, Old Deuteronomy's there, Mephistopheles is there, the Addressing the Cats is there. The whole thing is about growing old and how the young lady, or the old lady now, singing memories, and she's going to get a chance to win her second life back or another life back, but they can only choose one, so they're all auditioning. All of them are showing their talents and auditioning for this Old Deuteronomy, I think is the guy's name, to go ahead and be the one person who's going to have their life start all over again because they get 9
I see.
lives. And so she won, and she was going to basically to heaven to get that and bring it back. And she explained it to me like that, and I kind of was humbled at what the difference is. It hit me then, how I actually asked her to tell me. I finally, was honest, and that's the first time we connected that night.
Mm-hmm.
Connected. There may have been a pretend connection, whatever, in my mind,
right.
But that was a connection because she was able to explain to me something she loved and she knew about dearly and desperately and explained it beautifully. And we had a conversation the entire ride home about that in and out and examined the play and so forth. And I don't love the play now ever, but I now understand it more than ever and I learned a lesson. Don't mansplain. Don't be explaining stuff to people that don't even ask you about it. Like if built a bond, and I don't think she even understands anything I just said. If I told her this story now, that I was in such a bad way, thinking how terrible I was, great I was doing, but really bad. I mean, how we were missing. She'll be nice about it, but she'll admit that the only time we connected was when I was honest and turned to her and said, "Could you explain to me what the hell that play was about?"
So you were putting on this whole show for her, right? Not really being yourself, but do you remember why you sort of decided to let your guard down and actually ask what the play was about? Because that's not the way the story was trending. You know what I mean?
Because I had given up. I had done two things. Because I had given up, I could not understand her explanation at all. I couldn't even pretend to. And I didn't want to seem like an idiot, number one. Number two, I was on a high. I had Betty Buckley's autograph that I got for her.
Yeah.
So
that was like a big win.
I could not. How could I lose? I got her the ticket. She loved it. She doesn't know I had no idea what the hell the thing was, so to speak.
Right.
cried. She held my hand. She thanked me. I got her the autograph from her big star. I figured I could take a chance here, and the chance worked because I was finally honest and able to say that was it. So I don't know if that's fun, interesting, or whatever, but I had to get it off my chest. Let me go that way with my experience with cats. So there we are. David Cohen, any last thoughts before we hang out?
Yeah, I ask you this occasionally, but have you reached out to the actual person that we've been talking about, the young lady, as you refer to her as, to see if she'd even be willing to come on and talk about all this?
I think what I really need to do is maybe just send her this story, just the latest story, and just say, even if we just talk about this story, it would be fun.
Right, exactly.
Because it's hard to do all the stories, and you know what I mean. But we could pick this one.
Right. I think that's a good approach. Just send her the show. Let her make it easy for her to listen to it.
All right, I'm gonna give that a shot. All right. Enjoy the day, everybody. We'll be back next week, and everything old is new again. Tell everybody about our show, will you please? Can we get a couple of additional listeners from you?
Can you do something for us? We've been doing this for you for like 37 years.
Exactly.
Just tell a friend. Come on.
Explain to them what it means. Everything old is new again. We'll be back.
Don't try that. Just tell them to listen.
I finally found something I could listen to on the way home. Here we go.
Wish I didn't know now what I didn't know then.
That's for sure.
Yeah.